Annoying.
Right, but no,
Yes,
it gets better.
okay.
Right, listen to this. This is from Duncan.
Okay.
On a sticky Friday night, everything will be all right. With Peter Simon being fantastic and Caroline minus the support elastic. So many watches at a good price. That's the value of Constantine Vice. Oh, Dunks! Dunks, I love you!
Who was that guy? Who was it? I don't know who that was. What is he doing on my live stream? I have no idea. Oh, it looks as if we are live again on YouTube. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. It's incredible. We're all here together again on the internet. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? Well, are you happy? Are you? Come on, be happy. Life is short. Be happy and enjoy every moment of this thing we call life. So here we go, it's a Wednesday, it is the 1st of August. First of all, pinch, pinch, punch. It's a new month. Do you ever do that? Do you ever go up to someone and you pinch, punch? It's a new month. Some people do it, some people don't. It is the 1st of August, a very important month for me. I'm sorry, yes, I am being very self-indulgent. I am going to talk about myself for a moment. I do apologise for that. But August sees my birthday. Yes, on the 12th of August it will be my birthday, and I can't wait to find out what you have bought for me. What are you going to buy for me? Are you going to buy something nice for me? I hope so. For those who don't know what this is a live English stream. Yes, it is now 7 minutes. Can you see over there? 7 minutes past 10 o'clock at night here in the UK. All of my neighbours are now asleep in bed, but I am here live on the internet just for you. I hope you are well, and I hope your week has been good so far. This is the country that brought you the Spice Girls, The X Factor, and Love Island. You're welcome. It's Mr. Duncan on a Wednesday night. I hope you are okay. First of all, let's have a look at some of the scenery, because I know a lot of people love to see the scenery. So let's have a little look now around where I live. Well, let's have a look at tonight first of all. So here we can see the view from my studio, taken earlier tonight. A beautiful evening. The sun has returned, everyone. Yes, I'm feeling very pleased because we had some rain at the weekend, but now the sun has returned. And it looks as if this week we are going to have some of the highest temperatures ever recorded on the planet. Have you heard this? Apparently it's going to get hotter this week than it ever has in the history of recorded weather. Yes, it's true. I'm not joking. So apparently they had the highest Earth temperature last week. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was about 37 degrees, I think, was the highest. Now, I think what they do is they average the temperature. So I believe it is actually the mean temperature. So yes, it looks as if we're going to have even hotter temperatures, high temperatures across Europe this week. So it looks as if it's going to get very hot here. Just when you thought that the worst of the heat had gone, there's even more coming. So across Europe this week, it's going to be in the 40s, maybe 40, 41 degrees in certain parts of Europe, such as Spain and Italy. So around there, it's going to be really, really hot. Meanwhile, here in England, it's going to be okay. It's not going to be very hot, but it's going to be quite pleasant anyway. And I'm hoping that next week the weather will be okay, because Mr. Steve and myself, we are having a little break. So there won't be a live English stream next Wednesday. So we won't be on next Wednesday, but we will be with you on Sunday. And a couple of our friends are coming to look after the house whilst we're away. So maybe they will do a live stream instead of Mr. Steve and myself. So you might see some strange faces on my live stream next week. So I will leave all of the equipment. It will all be ready just in case they want to do a live stream. So we are off for a few days. So I will be here on Sunday. So this Sunday I will be here, and so will Steve. Next Wednesday I won't be here. And then, of course, the following Sunday, the 12th of August, I will be here with my normal Sunday live stream, and it will also be my birthday as well. So Sunday the 12th of August, write it down in your diary, Mr. Duncan's birthday live stream. So I hope that has cleared that up for those who aren't sure what is going on. Some questions to ask tonight. I would like to ask some questions. Here's a good question. Do you ever use social media sites? And if you do, which social media sites do you use? And why do you use them? Why do you like that or those particular websites? For example, you might use Twitter. A lot of people like to use Twitter. There is one certain person who really does enjoy using Twitter. I think you know who I'm on about. I think you know who I mean. And also, maybe you use Facebook. I know I do. I use Facebook. Or maybe you use one of your own websites that are available in your own country. Because I know for a fact there are lots of social media sites in other countries as well. So not just the big ones. So not just the big websites. There are lots of others as well. So when you go on the internet, when you socialize with other people on the internet, which sites do you use? And I don't know if you've heard today, but Facebook and Instagram are going to start discouraging people from using their websites for a long period of time. I know it sounds strange, but it's true. So what they are going to do, they are going to stop you from looking at their websites for too long. So maybe if you spend an hour or 2 hours looking at Facebook, I think a message will come up on the screen to say, you have been looking at this site for a very long time. Please take a rest. So it looks as if that's what's going to happen, because it would appear that quite a few people are now addicted to social media. They can't stay away from their mobile phones or their internet connections on their laptops and tablets. So it would appear that lots of people are addicted to social media. What about you? What social media or which social media sites do you use? We have a little contest coming up tonight. There is no prize, but we do have a little contest, a little thing to pick your brains with. It is our mystery object. I did show you this on Sunday. So this is the thing that we showed you on Sunday. And we had some guesses. But the mystery object actually has two things, two parts. So here is the part that I showed you on Sunday. So there it is. So that is tonight's mystery object. But what is it? What is it? It looks like a blue banana, but it isn't. It has nothing to do with bananas. And there is another part as well, but I will show you that later when Mr. Steve joins us. Yes, of course, it wouldn't be a live stream without Mr. Steve.
Did it get colder in here, or is it just me?
I think it's just you, Mr. Steve. I think it's just you. Yes, we are late and live on a Wednesday night. It's a brand new month. It's August. Yes, August is here. And it feels as if the year is going by so quickly. Where has the year gone? I can't believe we are already into the 8th month of the year. And already the days are getting shorter. Already. I can't believe it. So already it is getting dark earlier. Winter is not very far away. And you know what happens in winter. You know which particular season arrives in winter. No, don't say it. Please don't say it. Don't say. But you know what I'm thinking. It starts with C. It starts with the letter C. No, not that word. How dare you? Let's have a look at the live chat. Here is the live chat. Yes, we are on. And just to prove it, there are some people on the live chat. Let's see who is first, because I don't know. Francisco. Oh, hello, Francisco. You are first on the live chat. Well done. And congratulations. I think that deserves a round of applause. I really do. So can we just send Francisco a round of applause for being first on the live chat? Well done. Well done, Francisco. Also in second place, Shirin. Hello, Shirin. Nice to see you. Alice is here as well. Hello. And here you come. Yes, I'm here, everyone. It's true. Tomek, hi there to you. Alice is here. Epic Sadness. Oh, Epic Sadness. Why are you sad? Don't be sad. Now, I'm feeling a little bit sad this week for one reason. I will tell you more about it later on, but you may have seen it at the start of today's live stream. Something a little sad to report. Pedro. Oh, hello, Pedro. Guess what? I have found your video. Do you remember the video that you posted to me? I have found it. I'm going to ask you now, Pedro, would you like me to play it a little bit later on? So if you give me permission to play the first video that you sent to me, feel free. Please say, yes, Mr. Duncan, you can play it. Imen or Imen is here. Is there any tea cake? No, not today. I'm not going to eat anything because I've been told off. Mr. Steve got very angry with me. He said, Duncan, you should not eat during the live stream. It's very rude. So tonight I'm not going to eat anything, I promise. Pedro says, go ahead, speak about yourself. This is your class. Oh, thank you very much. But I don't want to be too self-indulgent. That's a great word. If you are self-indulgent, it means you talk about yourself, or you always focus on your own habits or your own life or your own interests. You never take interest in other people's things. You are very self-indulgent. Matthias is here. Hello, Matthias. I haven't seen you before. This is my first time here. Well, if it is your first time, please let me know. So, Matthias, well done. And I think that deserves a round of applause. Welcome, Matthias, to the live chat. Alessandro is here. Nice to see you as well. Jamelia. Jamelia loves my t-shirt. Thank you very much. Nikolai says, hello from Russia. A big privet to you. In Moscow. Rosa, hello there in Brazil. After 70 days without rain and very dry weather, finally it is raining and it is cold. Well, that's good news. I'm glad to hear you've got some rain, and I hope it solves all of the dryness and the drought that you are experiencing there at the moment. Hello everybody, says Anna. Tomek, yes Tomek, you are right. Little Chirpy, my little cricket, died on Monday morning. He passed away. He is no more. Little Chirpy has gone. It's very sad. Happy birthday from now. Thank you, Amen. It is my birthday on the 12th of August, on the 12th. Alex is here. Hello, Alex. Thank you for rejoining. Thank you for coming back again. Hello, Mr. Duncan from Italy. MS Fairy is here. Wow. I must say there are a lot of people on the live chat tonight. A lot of people indeed. Nikolai. Facebook and also contract. I think that's how you, or contact. Oh, I see. It looks like the word, or sounds like the word contact. Contact. Apparently that is a very popular Russian social media site. Now I must be honest. I've never heard of that before. So thank you for letting me know about that, Nikolai. Thank you very much. Magdi says, I am using YouTube. Well, I should think so, because that's where I am right now. I'm on YouTube, broadcasting live to the world. Lewis. Hello, Lewis. Mr. Duncan and classmates, nice to be with you again. It's nice to have you here, Lewis. Nice to have you. Rosa says, is the Russian social media more secure than Facebook? I'm not sure. Maybe Nikolai can answer that question. Arwa says, hello, Mr. Duncan. It's been a long time that I haven't seen your videos, and now I have returned. I am back. Thank you, Arwa. Arwa Hadi. You are welcome, and it's nice to see you back here. You know what? I think your return deserves a round of applause. Thank you, Ara, for saying hello. Imen, or Imen, says, I only use YouTube and Facebook, honestly, because I don't know how to use the other types of social media. There are other types of social media, such as Twitter. Also, there is another one called LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very popular type of site, social media site, normally used by people who are looking for work or professional people who wish to talk about or show their CVs. Pedro Belmont has guessed that the mystery object is a sex toy. Pedro, how could you? Hi, Mr. Duncan. I'm Duonia, and I'm from Algeria. And in Algeria, we speak English and French, and I want to learn English very well, just like the people in the USA. Well, you've come to the right place, because I've been teaching English for over 11 years on YouTube. Yes, Pedro, you remember. Oh, okay. I will show the video that you sent to me a little bit later on. Hi, teacher. I'm late, but I am watching in Brazil. Hello to Brazil. Ella Fernandez. I have a feeling that we have a lot of people on the live chat tonight. So many people are here. Wow. Thank you very much for joining me, all of you. We will return to the live chat a little bit later on, because now we are going to do something else. We are going to have a look at one of my English lessons. Don't forget, there are lots of English lessons on my YouTube channel. Over 500 are available, and all of the video playlists are under this video. So in the description underneath this video, you can find all of my playlists. So we are now going to have a look at one of my lessons. This is an excerpt from one of my full English lessons. This is taken from Full English number 12, and then after that we will be joined by Mr. Steve. We often use the phrase easier said than done when discussing a possible venture or goal. It would appear that it is easier to say something than actually do it. But why is that? I'm sure you have done it in the past. I know I have. We come up with a big plan or idea that we intend to do at some point, but sadly it never comes to fruition. The word fruition means be made real or completed. It would appear that it is much easier to say you'll do something than to actually do it. The effort needed to start doing something is immense. The two things you really need are determination and motivation. You must be determined and motivated. To be determined is the feeling of being resolute and strong-willed. Motivation is the force that pushes you into doing something. To feel motivated is to be encouraged and spurred on. The driving force that gets you to your goal is motivation. Without determination and motivation, it would appear to be true that some things are easier said than done. As you know, I love receiving your comments and questions, and today I would like to answer another one of your questions. This question comes from Javier, who lives in Spain, and asks, what are the differences between the words across and through? Both of these words relate to movement. To move across means to move from one side to another. As a preposition, across shows the position of movement. She ran across the street. As an adverb, across can be used as an expression of measurement. In length, the bridge is 100 feet across. The word across can also show position. He lived across the road from me. A crossword answer that reads horizontally is defined as being across. The word through means to move in and out of something. For example, if you go into a forest and come out the other side, then you have gone through the forest. So through describes the action of moving among something. To move forwards among trees means you are moving through the trees. As you move, you pass things. To move through a forest, or through bushes, or through a crowd of people. You can move through something, such as a doorway. To step from one side to another is to move through. To go through or fall through. To look from one side of something out to another is look through. He looked through the window to see if anyone was at home. To make a hole in something means that you go through or you have gone through. To inspect or study something in part or whole is to go through. I need to go through these essays and check them for mistakes. To be through means to finish or end something. The thing in question is finished and over. I'm going to tell my girlfriend that we are through. In a contest, the word through means to be chosen for the next round or heat. Mr. Duncan, you have made it through to the final. So, across relates to direction, while through tends to relate to movement and objects. Thank you for your question, Javier, and if you have a question for me to answer, then please feel free to drop me a line at my email address. There it was, one of my full English lessons, and there are plenty of other English lessons available on my YouTube channel. Yes, it is a Wednesday night and we are late and live across the whole planet. And apparently this week it's going to get very, very hot. Can you see who's next to me? Yes, he's getting very excited. Here he is again. It's Mr. Steve.
Hello everybody. I'm all excited today, Mr. Duncan, to be on your channel. Oh, Mr. Duncan, I just got to catch my breath. I'm all excited.
Are you okay? I thought I was going to have to phone an ambulance then.
No, I'm just... I just need to calm myself down a bit, Mr. Duncan. I've been getting all excited, waiting to come on.
Okay.
Say hello to everybody. How are you, Mr. Duncan?
I'm not too bad, thank you very much. Although we had a very sad start to the week. A moment of sadness. I don't want to bring everything down, but yes, this week we had some sad news this week, didn't we, Steve?
Yes, we did.
Little Chirpy.
Yes.
There's Chirpy. Can you see Chirpy?
Chirpy the cricket.
Chirpy the cricket is no more, sadly. Mr. Steve, you found Chirpy dead on Monday morning.
I came down on Monday morning to eat my breakfast and I could hear no chirping, and I went over to have a look and he was sitting motionless in the bottom of the container that has been his entire world. A small little plastic container for Chirpy. That's where he's lived for the last 6 weeks. Man and boy, as we say. He hasn't known anything outside a small 6-inch plastic box with holes in it.
Okay. You know, now we're going to get complaints about keeping the cricket in a small box.
But it was sad. We were sad.
But there is a bit of a story, though, because the reason why we had Chirpy in the first place is because we are taking care of some big spiders, and you have to feed the crickets to the spiders, but we didn't want to feed Chirpy, so we kept Chirpy and we kept him right to the end.
We became attached.
We actually became
emotionally attached to a cricket.
Emotionally attached to our little friend.
Because he was the only one that was making the cricket sound.
Yes, it was the only male.
He was the only male. It's only the males, isn't it, that make the chirping sound. And he used to do this little dance, didn't he? This little dance on top of the egg box inside the container.
He used to dance around and do his little chirping noise, and it was lovely.
Mr. Duncan says dance around, and I say dance.
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 Dance. Just
the same word, but pronounced slightly differently because I'm posh and Mr. Duncan is common.
No. No.
You can pronounce it either way.
It's all about
how Americans would pronounce it.
It's all about the accent. Dance. Yes.
But the important thing is, poor Chirpy has died. And I actually had tears in my eyes. I don't know why. How can you get emotionally upset over a cricket? But we did. And we asked ourselves, what would have been better for the cricket? Would it have been better that he died as he did of old age in a plastic container and never knew the real world? Or would it have been better had we fed him to the spiders, and thus he could have had some use in his life? But anyway, he died of old age or disease. We don't know what he died of.
I can think of more useful things to do in your life, though, than being food for a giant spider.
Which is interesting, considering I've got some poetry down here, which we were going to read out on Sunday, but we ran out of time.
So let us before we carry on, I just want to, if I may.
You don't mean a minute's silence for Chirpy?
We are going to have a moment's silence.
Not a minute, that's too long.
Not a minute.
Perhaps 5 seconds
Okay.
of silence while we remember.
You are kind of ruining the moment, by the way.
Sorry.
Here is a brief moment of reflection as we remember Chirpy. Little Chirpy, we'll miss you. It's Wednesday night, the 1st of August, and we are having a holiday soon. We've been working so hard this year. Steve's been working hard. He's been doing 2 jobs. I've been doing half a job, and we are so tired, aren't we?
Well, I feel better today.
Oh, okay.
You've been tired every day for about the last 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. We don't need the holiday then. Cancel the holiday.
No.
We're not going on holiday now.
Mr. Duncan needs. I keep telling Mr. Duncan, he doesn't do enough exercise.
Here we go.
So I want you to tell Mr. Duncan he goes all day just sitting here preparing lessons and things, just sitting down all day, and he doesn't get any exercise, and that's why you are feeling tired all the time. Mr. Duncan, what's wrong with you? You've gone blue.
It's not cold in here. This is the mystery object.
The mystery object.
This is the mystery object. This is the strange thing that we showed. Pedro has already said that he thinks it's something that grown-up ladies and men use. But it's not that. But it looks like a blue...
It's the wrong colour for a start.
Oh, well.
But I can imagine people thinking...
Yes, but it's not what you think, okay, out there. It is something completely different from what you're thinking. Because I'm psychic. You might not realise that, but I am actually... I keep waving this thing around. I am psychic, and I know what you're thinking out there.
Can I just... have we had any guesses yet?
Well, someone said a banana cover.
A banana cover? Well, that's very clever.
That was on Sunday.
Any more today? Because you feel the weight of that. You could use it as like a kosh. If you were going robbing, you'd have banged someone over the head, couldn't you?
Please don't bang me over the head.
Let's put that down. It's disturbing to handle.
Can I hit you with it
now?
Go
on then. Oh God, that actually hurts.
Yes.
You could use that as a weapon.
I know. Well, when you...
It's like a policeman with a kosh.
Yes, when you...
kosh.
Yes.
Something you bash somebody over the head with to knock them out.
Kosh. I don't think anyone says that anymore.
I think they do.
Is it 1928?
I think...
no one says kosh.
They probably do.
Kosh.
No. But there's another part to this, isn't there, Mr. Duncan? Have you showed the other part?
There is another part. I don't think this is going to get any better, by the way, because the other part looks even worse than the first part. So there are 2 parts to the mystery object. We won't show it yet, because I've promised Pedro that I will show his video. And this is the first video that Pedro sent to us. So I thought it would be fun
Right.
just to have a quick look. So here he is, Pedro, saying hello to everyone.
You know, the world of English is a fun and exciting place to be. I am so happy you could join me for another lesson. Hi, how are you? How are you today? Are you happy? Are you good? I hope so. And right now, I send a kiss for you, and I wish a great day with happiness and peace in your life.
Thank you, Pedro. That is the message that you sent, I think it was last year, a long time ago. And you asked me where it was. And I looked for it and I found it. So I hope that's helped you to remember the message that you sent, because I have a feeling that you lost it. So there it was. I hope you enjoyed that.
And we like having videos from and messages, of course, because I love the live chat. So does Mr. Duncan. And we've had a lot of videos, haven't we? It's increasing. We've had more and more videos from. We had that lovely video from the school that went on the trip to Chevalier Island.
Yes, in Turkey.
And we had another one for your birthday.
No, for the second
For
anniversary.
the second anniversary.
The second anniversary of the live stream.
Hopefully we'll get... yes, psst, will you please send some video messages for Mr. Duncan's birthday? Oh, Mr. Duncan. No, it's all right. We're back. Carry on.
I was all right until you shouted at me.
It must have been that bash on the head.
You do realise in 10 years' time I'm going to be completely deaf in this ear from standing next to Steve shouting in my ear all the time.
I can't help it. I get excited sometimes.
I will have to get compensation from YouTube. I think so. Hey, the live chat.
Live chat. Oh, there it is. Quick, put it up, Mr. Duncan. I'm getting all excited about the live chat.
Just calm down a second. I think you've taken too many of your pills. Steve's taken too many of his pills today.
Look, Ali Amer. Hello, Dunk. Hello, Mr. Steve. Long time no see.
Oh, yes.
And,
I recognise Ali Amer.
Welcome back.
Yes, let's just have a look. Hello, Duncan, Mr. Steve. Long time no see. I just wanted to wave to you and say a huge thanks for your exciting and stunning efforts teaching and giving away the English language. Indeed.
Hello.
Big.
Amen. Fatin, thank you very much for saying hello. I just felt something was missing. When you are together, the lessons are fun. Yes, because we feed, we sort of feed off each other, don't we, so to speak?
I'm trying to. Where does it say that?
You've let it drop. It's just there. We go. That's the
I
one
see.
there.
Oh, Imen Fatin. Oh, I see. I just felt something is missing when you are together. Oh, something is.
Meaning that when the two of us are together.
Yes, something is missing.
Yes.
So this is not as good.
Basically, MN is saying it's better when I'm here, which of course is understandable. Thank you very much. Matthias from Germany. There we go. Matthias is there. Matthias
Yes.
Muller. Muller, do you make... you're not part of the family that make those famous yogurts, are you?
I'm still not sure if Imen is making a compliment there. I can't actually tell.
No, I think what Imen is saying is that you are very good. Of course you are. Excellent on your own.
Okay.
But when I'm here, it just gets better.
Yes, but I don't think that's what they said. They seem to say that when it's not so much fun or it's not as good when we are together. I don't know.
Oh, all right. Well, I hope not. Look. Or Mim has said, you remind me of the Muppets.
You remind me of Bert and Ernie. Oh, thank you very much for that. I should get my rubber duck.
Hello, Tomic. Hello, Jeff.
Because let me just. I'm trying to say something. Are you okay?
I'm on a bit of a high tonight.
What's happened to you? Yes, Bert and Ernie are actually characters from the Muppets, and I think it's Ernie. Ernie likes to play with his rubber duck.
Oh.
Which is funny because I also have a rubber duck that I enjoy playing with.
Oh yes, you have got a rubber duck.
I can't find it. I thought it was here, but I think I've put it away somewhere safe.
I can always rely on Jeff to get a use of the word set in, and he has said that. He said that I'm upset.
Oh, I see.
Very clever.
Mr. Steve get all upset when he's on the camera. I'm not sure if you get upset.
I was getting upset over Sparky, I wanted to call him, but what was his name? I've forgotten his name already. Chirpy.
He's only been dead for 2 days.
Chirpy.
He's been dead for 2 days.
I'm over it now.
And you've forgotten his name already.
I'm over it now. Rosa says, go to the beach where you can walk and do some exercises.
Yes. Well, we're hoping to grab some time on the coast by the sea.
Nicolai Volderin asks a very interesting question there, Mr. Duncan. How did you decide to become a teacher? How did you get that it is your true passion?
Well, teaching is something that I did a few years ago in my other job. I've done lots of different jobs. I don't want to bore everyone with my life story, but I've done lots of different jobs in my life, and one of them was sales, and I also did sales training as well, training people how to sell. And I quite enjoyed that aspect, and by that I mean the teaching part. And then teaching was something that I thought I would like to get into. And to cut a long story short, I went to China, I did some teaching there, stayed there for over 4 years, came back to the UK. I had already started my YouTube channel, and then I came back to the UK after staying in China for a long time. I came back here and carried on making my videos, and then YouTube said, Mr. Duncan, we like your videos. How would you like to be a YouTube partner? And that was many years ago. So now I've been doing this for over 11 years. So this year is my 12th year on YouTube. So,
but you sort of discovered that you enjoy doing it, and you've got a bit of a talent at it, haven't you?
Yes. I think teaching is a bit like performing. I think when you stand in front of a class, or if you stand in front of a camera teaching, it is a kind of performance. So the way I act here is exactly the same way as I would act in the classroom. And that's one of the things that happened whilst I was in China. I really did enjoy teaching. I enjoyed the interaction between myself and the students. So it was something that really was fun. And a lot of people got to know my teaching method, because people used to come to the school where I worked and they would ask me to go to their school and help them. So in the end, I was doing all sorts of things, and I even appeared on television in the end. So the local television station would use me as well. So yes, it was quite a wild ride.
You just love teaching English. You just love doing it. That's
what
Mr. Duncan loves to do.
So
Can we just go back? Sorry, what little on the live chat? I saw an interesting comment, and it's sort of let's say, revolve is the wrong word. Yes. Rada says, what accent should I learn, British or American? Well, the answer is, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter, no. So it's really your choice. If you like the American accent, then you can go that way. If you like the British accent, you can go that way. But most people end their learning by having an accent which is kind of in between. So because of the influence nowadays of American English and British English, you might find that you will learn things from both. And then the accent that you actually develop is kind of a mix between the two. So that is something that I noticed when I was teaching English in China. So they would kind of have a mixture of British English and American English. It wouldn't be one or the other. And of course, depending on which country you're living in anyway, you will have a slight accent. So it is very difficult to remove your accent completely. You can't completely lose your accent. It will always be there, even if it's only slight.
And you will also have an accent related to the country that you grow up in. So if you're Spanish or French or German, you will always tend to learn English with certain accent to it anyway, which, unless you study it or go and live in America or England for a long time, you will always have certain accent, but that's absolutely fine. As long as we can understand you, it doesn't
Yes.
matter.
Yeah. So depending on where you are in the world, there will be some sort of accent in your English speaking. So when you speak English, when you use English, there will be some sort of accent
Because
based on your native language.
certain phrases or letters or vowels that we use, you may have them in yours and we don't have them, or vice versa. So there will be problems, like if we're trying to learn French or German. A French person or a German person will always be able to tell that we're British, because we will never be able to get it perfect. It's impossible unless you've lived in a country for many years, or maybe grown up as a child. But it doesn't matter, British or American English, it doesn't matter. Obviously, we would say British accent is best. Well, we're not really saying that.
Well, my accent, even I have an accent. People say I don't have an accent. But to people in this country, I do have an accent. You have an accent.
I've got. The only thing is I know we're biased, and I've said this before, but American accents can be polarizing for people. What I mean by that is the British accent. Nobody hates the British accent or dislikes it. It's just an accent. But if you've got an American accent, a lot of people don't like the American accent. Whereas you won't hear anybody saying, I don't like the British accent so much.
And certainly
because the American accent can be very sort of like that, and it can annoy a lot of people. It can be a bit grating on the ears.
Yes, that was annoying me.
Exactly.
But of course, in this particular climate as well, political climate, the American accent has become unfavourable in certain places or countries. So there are people now actually travelling from the United States, and when they go to another country, they actually pretend to be Canadian. So people don't know that they're actually American from the USA. They actually pretend to be Canadian. What's wrong?
Ingles, a vida, or Clebson. That's it. There we go.
Oh, yes.
Says, Mr. Duncan, I saw a video of yours on Chinese television.
Yes.
Where? How?
Yes, that must be the one on YouTube.
Of
me singing the Chinese song. There is actually a video on my YouTube channel of me in China on Chinese TV singing in front of 500 people on television. And I'm singing a Chinese song.
Dunia says, Mr. Duncan, learn my message, please. I need answers.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look at if we can find it. I think it must be the other way. The other way, Mr. Duncan.
Oh, the other way.
Yes, there we go.
Well, the other way can be...
There we go. We're looking for that pink...
oh, I see.
That's what we're looking for.
Dunia. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can find Dunia.
Can find you anywhere. If you've asked a question, you might need to repeat it. Otherwise, it might take too long for us to find your...
Yes.
Maybe you haven't... Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, no. Dunia Taleb, will you ask the question again, please?
Will you?
We can't find it.
Okay, then yes, I can't find the question, unfortunately.
Chirpy. Oh, look, a little picture of Chirpy.
Well, that I don't think that's Chirpy.
Oh, no.
There's a centipede.
Like a centipede.
That's definitely not Chirpy.
Poor Chirpy.
Chirpy was a cricket.
Thank you very much for all your lovely messages. There's so many messages. It's very impossible to read them all out today.
Are you okay? I don't know what that was then. You were sort of speaking another language then.
I was, yes.
What was
Somebody
that?
said I've had too much sugar today.
You've had too much something.
I haven't.
He's had too much something.
What is the sexiest accent, says Sergio? In Britain from your point of view. Well, people in this country, we always... Oh, I'm on. Right. We always... From British point of view, everybody loves the French accent, don't they?
Yes. Well, I think there is a certain...
Or Italian.
There is a certain romantic air. A sort of air. That means a feeling. there is a romantic feeling that seems to come from the French accent. So I don't know why. And of course, there is that reputation of Paris being the city of love.
French men
Yes,
and women being very passionate.
that's it.
A bit like the Italians as well. Passionate people, particularly the Italians.
Yes, that's another one. Well, the Italian accent as well is seen as
Very romantic, very full of passion, love.
lust.
And yes, so yes, from our point of view, but that's very interesting because we think the French accent is very sexy and nice to listen to, but if you go to France, which we have, and if you try to speak French as an English person, they melt at the way you're speaking. They love it if you try to speak French. And they say, "Oh, your accent is so lovely." So yes, it'd be interesting actually in other accents that people don't tend to like the German accent so much, do they?
We were talking earlier, by the way, while we're talking about accents. I didn't know we were going to talk about this,
We
but
didn't.
it's becoming a big topic. We're here for another half an hour anyway. But when I applied for my job in China, the interview took place over the telephone. And I always remember very well phoning the school and asking to speak to the person who owned the school. And I got the job in around about 20 seconds. I was offered a job. And you know why? Do you know why? The sound coming out of my mouth. I said, "Oh, hello there. My name's Duncan. I'm from England, and I'm interested in coming over to China to work in your school." And he says, "Oh, your English is so clear. It's so perfect. When can you come? When can you come here?" That was it. He heard my voice, just a few seconds of my voice, and that was it. He was sold. He said, "We will send you the money for your plane. We will send you the money, whatever you need. Please ask us what you need." And that was it. I got the job in
And I
around
was rid of you for 4 years. It was wonderful.
20 seconds it took me to get that job.
Because your accent's neutral. You haven't got, like somebody mentioned about a Liverpool accent. If you'd got a Liverpool accent, they wouldn't have wanted you. If you've got a strong regional accent, they wouldn't have wanted you to go over so much. Gretel Luciano, who I'm guessing is probably Italian, says, "Calm down, Mr. Steve,
Hey there.
when you talk about the Italian language."
Yes.
Well, yes. Well, we all know about Italian opera singers and how we all love Italian opera singers. There's nothing finer than an Italian opera singer.
Yes.
In terms of Pavarotti and anybody who can sing in
that's
that
it.
way in an Italian accent.
Just Pavarotti.
Yes, I'm trying to think of a famous Italian female opera singer.
Go on.
Montserrat
Caballé.
I think she was Italian. Oh, fabulous voice.
She did a really good song as well for, I think it was one of the World Cup events.
Yes.
Barcelona with Freddie Mercury
That's right.
from Queen.
And my mother's favourite singer, who I can't remember, but she's Italian from the sort of 1960s, and she got married to a famous American industrialist. I can't remember her name though. That might come to me later on, hopefully.
Wasn't Edith Piaf, was it?
No, I think she was French.
Oh, I see.
But yes, what was her name? Oh, and it might come to me later on. We weren't going to talk about accents, but there we go. Someone asked a question, and now we're talking about accents.
Well, accents, it is a subject that can be quite controversial. Some people get very passionate because we see accents as a form of identity and even class as well. So you might see a person who speaks in a certain way or with a certain accent as being either higher in society or lower. It's not something that I agree with, But I'm just saying that sometimes if you talk about accents, it can get into a very heated
Yes.
debate, a heated debate.
But it would be unlikely that somebody learning English from another country would learn English in a regional accent in the UK. So you're not going to learn somebody, well, unless your teacher was from Liverpool or Scotland, you're likely to be learning English from a fairly neutral accent point of view. And then the only accent that you will then have is related to your own language
Yes.
and where you're from. As long as we can understand you, it doesn't matter.
That's what I say. The bottom line is, if you can go into the shop and if you can ask for a loaf of bread and the person gives you the bread and you can live for another day, that's it.
And I'll tell you something, if you're from Spain, France, Germany, South America, anywhere, and you're trying to learn English, the natural accent that you will have as a result of which country you're from will be very attractive to a British person. Because when anybody speaks your language from another country, it always sounds nicer. And you always sort of feel very attracted to and drawn towards that person. One, that they've made the effort, and two, the lilt and the different sounds from the way different people learn English is very attractive. So don't worry about the accent.
Well, even English with a French accent sounds very
Yeah,
nice.
that's it, yes.
So if you hear a French person speak English, they still have the French accent. It still sounds pleasant.
Or a Spanish person
Yes.
learning English, that there is an accent there, and it's very attractive to listen to.
Please don't mention your play. Please.
I was going to.
No,
Yes, I won't.
no,
Okay.
no. It's censored.
You see, Mr. Duncan's accent has got posher since he met me.
I don't think so.
When I first met him, he sounded like a right irk.
Common.
And I think your mother's slightly annoyed that you've gone a bit posh
Yeah.
over it. Back to the mystery object.
The mystery object, we have another part to
Pedro
show.
wants to see the other part.
Here's the other part just for Pedro. Pedro, this is just for you. So here is the... I can't believe what I'm about to show you. What I'm about to show you is worse than the first thing.
Could we be cut off when you show this?
I have a feeling that YouTube might actually disconnect us. So please, you have to be very quick, because what I'm about to show you is very strange. So please don't be too disturbed. But this is the first thing that I showed you. I mean, that's bad enough. That on its own is bad enough.
Second part of the mystery object.
Here we go. What? What? Steve, please tell me that this isn't something rude.
We should say at this point that it does belong to me.
This is Steve's. This belongs to Steve.
Both those things belong to me.
So this is
Hold them
one.
both up together.
This is one part, and this is the other.
What could that possibly be used for? If anybody guesses, we're sending them a T-shirt with your picture on.
th-
Because we actually have got some T-shirts, haven't we?
No,
Or have we got any left?
I-
Unless the moths have got to them.
I think the moths have eaten them all. What is this, Steve?
Right, so we have this object here, which is quite heavy. And we have this object here, made of plastic. I've cleaned it, don't worry. And when can we start constructing this? Should we wait a bit longer, see if anybody guesses?
We'll wait a little bit longer, yes.
Because I can, maybe if I put it together, it might give you another clue.
Yes, we won't do that yet.
Okay.
You have to make these things last. It's a bit like reality TV. They have to make it last for 10 weeks. And nothing happens. But everyone thinks that something will happen, and that's the whole point. So you always go back to watch the TV show because you think something will happen. But nothing happens. Nothing happens. And so 10 weeks later, you get the final episode, And then you think, what was that all about? That was a complete waste of 10 weeks. I've just lost all of that time watching this terrible TV show. So there. Ali Amur says, what naughty guys both of you are. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you mean.
It's all in your own mind.
Yes.
We're just showing you the object.
I'm showing you the object. There it is.
And you're creating the naughtiness in your own mind.
I can't be held responsible for what you think. I can't be held responsible for what goes on.
How you interpret
in there.
This object. Actually, we've had a guess. I'm not going to say.
No, don't say anything. Please don't say anything. Because now the live chat gives it away. You see, because the live chat is seen by everyone. So don't say anything yet.
All right. Somebody asked a question just back there.
It's not radio. Sometimes I wish it was.
Oh, Joshua hasn't seen us for a while. Welcome back.
Hello, Joshua.
That's at least 2 people that haven't watched us for a while that are back, and it's lovely to have you back.
Thank you, Joshua Sasanibar. I love your name, by the way.
Oh, lots of interesting guesses. Could it be a kind of weight to work out?
Yes.
To work out with, to build up your muscles. It could be, yes.
Jeff also has a guess. Also, Mika says it might be something that you heat up in the microwave.
Interesting.
Yes, it looks like something that you might heat up. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Steve, I think you do have to put this in the oven sometimes.
Are you giving away another little clue?
That's a very small clue.
Clue.
I'm not saying anything else. Now, Rajendra asks, could it be for the toilet freshener? Yes, you're right. Yes,
very good guess.
Maybe you can put something inside, and then when you flush the toilet, something will rinse over the freshener. Sorry?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Well,
I think Steve's having a seizure. Open-minded, open heart. Anyway, it would be better to avoid this article to stop interpreting. Well, we're going to give the answer soon. So it's something very innocent and something quite charming, something quite useful.
Can we're starting to get some very good guesses now.
Yes. Nikolai says, is it a door handle? Oh, yes.
Is it a door handle?
It looks like a door handle. But what do you use this for? So if this is the door handle, what is this for?
Still.
Maybe you could use this. You could use this to keep the door open.
Yes, Ingles, from Brazil. The most important thing is vocabulary and clear pronunciation.
That's it.
That's correct. As long as we can understand you, that's all that matters.
That's it. And you need words, so you need to have some words to actually say.
Can you just go back a little bit? I'm just trying to make some notes of what people have tried to guess.
Okay.
A little bit further, Mr. Duncan. A little bit further back.
Okay.
That's an interesting phrase. Fernando there says, I haven't the foggiest idea. Well, very, very well done for using that phrase.
Yes, that's a good phrase, that.
That's a very good phrase.
Thank you, Fernando.
We can say if we don't know something, or we don't have a clue, we can use the phrase, I haven't the foggiest idea.
I don't know. I haven't the foggiest idea.
I think it means, like fog, it's all very misty and you can't really see.
Hazy.
Hazy, I don't know. Just go back a little further, Mr. Duncan.
Okay, then. Are we going right back to the start?
Now I've got it now.
Are we going? Okay. This is great. Steve's writing things down. This is good entertainment here. Good entertainment. I hope you're enjoying this.
Fine. No, you don't need to know my process. I shouldn't really talk it out loud.
No.
But there's a couple of people.
I didn't know you had a process.
There's a couple of people who are getting very close indeed.
Ah, they're getting very close.
They're getting very close, and I'm going to award prizes.
Are you?
To them when.
What's the prize? Is it a round of applause?
I don't think we've got much time before people put 2 and 2 together.
Okay, then.
In other words, people look at the clues. Shall we put it together?
So if you put...
Three people.
I'm trying to explain things, Steve. Just calm down. What's happened? Have you had 10 cups of coffee today or something?
No. I feel a bit hot.
He's not normally like this.
I've got a fever coming on.
I don't know.
Mr. Duncan.
You're certainly giving me fever.
Go on. You were going to explain something.
I was, but you
Was
know,
it putting 2 and 2 together?
if you put 2 and 2 together, it means you come to a conclusion. So you take separate parts and you work something out for yourself. You put 2 and 2 together and you come up with an answer. And of course, the answer is 4. So that is what you work out. So you work out what something is. So Steve is now going to show you. He's going to take this. This is my favourite. This might be the best thing I've ever shown on my live stream. I'm going to miss this, to be honest. I might use this later.
Right. Okay, so what happens is these two come apart like this.
Okay, where do you put this?
Right. Guess. You put that inside there like that.
Okay.
I don't know where that goes.
Oh, okay. You seem very knowledgeable about
and
this.
then that. The device is now ready for use.
Yes. What? You don't have to shout.
There we go. I'm just using my acting skills. Oh, I've done that. I've done that slightly wrong.
Yes.
That I have to feed that through there like that.
This is good.
Amuse yourself while I just feed this through the hole. And there's been some interesting things on the news today, Mr. Duncan. There
Yes.
we go. So that goes in there like that.
Apparently, we're going to have the hottest day ever on Earth. We had one last week that was the hottest day ever on Earth, and this week we're going to have the hottest day ever across Europe. Oh, Mr. Steve's ready. So here we go.
That's it. People are getting very... Is that a toy, Alvaro? No, it isn't. People... Oh, yes, Alvaro. It's not what you said it is.
Okay.
Are we selling whatever that word is?
Yes.
No, and we're not joking open-hearted. 4 people now are getting very close to what it is. And can I say who those people are and what they've said?
I love the fact that Steve is doing actions and yet we're not even on the screen.
Okay.
So now we're on the screen.
Right.
You may act.
I think we should... right, so Tomek was the first one and he said, is it a humidity absorber?
Mm-hmm.
Does it absorb moisture? Humidity absorber. That was very good, well guessed. Jeff then said, is it for shoes?
Mm-hmm.
Jamila then said something similar, and so did Fernando.
Oh.
So, you've got humidity absorbing. Is it for shoes? What is it? What is it?
That's it. We will give the answer in a
And we
couple
will
of minutes.
give a live demonstration. It'll be very exciting. There have been some interesting things on the news today, Mr. Duncan.
Do I need to get undressed?
A plane crash in Mexico. Anybody from Mexico watching? We'd like to know.
Anyone in Mexico? There was a it looked very dramatic.
We went to bed last night.
We saw the news, didn't we? Very late last night, and they were reporting that a plane had crashed and it looked really bad. There was smoke, and normally when you see smoke coming from a plane crash, it's normally not good. However,
There's a lot of people speaking in what looks like South American. They're having a little conversation amongst themselves. It's very interesting.
okay.
This is English only. I'm very sorry. English only, or we'll throw you out. We're only joking.
Steve showing his short attention span there.
We've got nos hemos But it's probably rude. I'm not going to read it out. It's probably very rude.
Yes.
No, you must speak in English so that we can understand what you're saying. Oh, Ingles, you've got it. That's it. You've got it, Ingles.
Yes.
Right.
Wait there. So where is Ingles? Oh, I see.
Oh, Clebson, I should say. Is it Clebson or Ingles? Takes care of Stinky Foot. Ha ha, Jeff. Yes, that is it. But you were very close when you said it was for shoes, and Tomek said it was for humidity. What it does is, this inner part here, you put it in the oven for a couple of hours. There are beads inside there. Beads, and they absorb the moisture. So when you have been wearing your shoes all day, lots of moisture in the shoes, you can get athlete's foot. So you put this in the oven, put it in this container, and there's one of Mr. Duncan's shoes, which I don't want to get too close to. So then you just insert thus into the shoe,
Okay.
leave it overnight, and it sucks all the moisture out of the shoe.
So does it take away the stink?
Well, not in this one, it doesn't. And then you use that, and then you take it out, and that'll last for a week, and then you dry it out in the oven again, and get rid of all the moisture out of the beads, put it in the oven or the microwave, and then you've got nice dry shoes.
Even I can't understand what you're saying now. I can't understand what it's saying. Look, if you
done.
If you don't stop insulting me, I will find another use for this. And let's just say I won't be putting it in your shoe.
I need a trip to the doctor or a surgeon after that, Mr. Duncan. But that's what it's for.
I think so.
And that's the box. We're not advertising the product, but
No.
I actually haven't used it yet.
I can't imagine anyone actually buying these.
My shoes were getting it's been very hot here, so...
This seems like the most complicated way of drying your shoes. Just leave them outside in the sun.
Open-minded wants you to take your glasses off.
This
Because open-minded feels disturbed and wants to see your glistening eyes.
I think I look really cool in these. I could be the next Armani model. I was a model when I was young. Did you know that?
Yes, but what kind of model, Mr. Duncan?
I was a model. I used to model. I used to look quite good looking when I was younger. Someone the other day mentioned...
everyone was good looking when they were younger.
Someone... Oh, dear. You said I was annoying on Sunday. Let me just say that...
Getting my own back.
Someone said that when I showed the motorbike photograph, there it is, that I looked very slim then. So there I am, many years ago on my motorbike. That was way back in 2001. So 17 years ago.
You were very slim then, Mr. Duncan, but since
Yes.
then you've been consuming large amounts of chocolate and sugar, and you've been taking no exercise or very little. Well, actually, that's not true. But
This is
you know what they say? A minute in the mouth, a month round the waist is what they
Dear.
say. A minute in the mouth, a month round the waist.
As the years go by, you sound more and more like someone's granddad.
These are for my shoes, by the way. Yes, and something else that was interesting on the news today, Mr. Duncan. Sweden. Anybody from Sweden
Well,
watching?
you haven't finished the Mexico
Oh,
story.
no, we haven't, no.
You were telling us the Mexico story, and then you got completely distracted.
Well, it was good news because everybody survived.
So this plane crash yesterday, everyone survived. It's incredible. So some of the people were walking out from the wreckage, but there were some serious injuries. But everyone survived, even the pilot. And quite often the pilot doesn't survive for obvious reasons because he's at the front. But yeah, so pretty amazing. A lot of people saying how incredible it is.
You don't normally get plane crashes, and it was taking off. So, I mean, how the pilot managed to do that will only be revealed.
I would
in
say
weeks and months.
I would say that it was the skill of the pilot controlling the plane
Must have been.
to give it a soft landing.
But that must have been, well, obviously it's sad that the plane crashed, but that people survived and everybody survived.
Good
I think
news.
there were only 2 serious injuries. I think the pilot had to have an operation on his back, and I think a young baby was quite badly burnt, but they should both survive, so that's fantastic. Tomek says, I'm getting revenge on you for you annoying me on Sunday. No, I'm not deliberately doing it.
You know, I really didn't think I was annoying on Sunday. I didn't. I wasn't annoying.
Anyway, Pet Shop Boys. What, Pedro? What's that got to do with anything?
I think Pedro was saying...
Oh, yes.
What? Are you at... Was that a question you were asking or answering then?
It's the fact that you got the glasses on, wasn't it? You
Yes.
About the Pet Shop Boys.
You're the only person I know that can ask a question and answer it in the same sentence. I think you are free,
Class to
close to Faye in the life.
Oh, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Sounds French.
It sounds a bit French to me. Oh, apparently open-minded, open-hearted says he didn't listen to us. He hasn't taken his glasses off. Well, I've taken them off now, so don't worry about it. We are talking about social media. Now, Steve is one of these people who is a social media phobe. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, phobe. I do not like. I'm not a fan.
So Steve doesn't use Facebook,
No.
even though you've got a... You set up your own Facebook page, but then you lost the password.
Yes,
So-
I lost the password.
So then you
yes.
set up another one.
You say password. I say password.
Password,
Password.
password,
Password.
password. One more time.
This could go on all night. Password.
That's it, you see.
Password.
Just one more, that's all I needed. Why was that so difficult? So, social media. Now, I am a bit of a social media fanatic, really, because I like to try everything.
Well, it's very useful for what you do in your work, particularly Facebook.
Facebook is used by myself. I use it to allow people to get in touch with me. Also, if things are coming up or things are going to happen, then I can notify them on Facebook. In fact, I do have a Facebook address and also an email address as well. And I think that's a good opportunity to put it on the screen. Can you see it going across? So there's my email there. And then afterwards, you will see my Facebook address. And there it is.
And that's how you can notify all your millions of followers when you've got a new video or you've got a live stream or something special's coming up.
I think I have about 15,000 people following me on Facebook. So that's quite a few. So also I use Twitter, but not as much as I used to. I used to use Twitter a lot. So I don't use Twitter so much. The other one that I use sometimes is Instagram.
Do you?
Yes, you know I do.
Oh, yes.
Instagram. I have an Instagram as well. Let's have a look. It should be right here on my screen.
We've got a lot of these at work, Mr. Duncan. Within the work environment, work like to communicate with you. You might have this in your work environment. It's not sufficient anymore just to communicate with your employers or your employees. Say you're the bosses, the management, various departments want to communicate with their employees. They might have sent you an email in the past and told you about something new in the company. Now they feel as though they've got to have Facebook. They've got to have Twitter. They've got to have, what's that other one that annoys me at work? There's another one, but there's about 5 or 6 different social media platforms that work use to try and inform you about what they're doing. And you don't know which one to look at.
No.
Just an email. Just tell us by email.
So there's my Instagram. There are lots of lovely little photographs on there. Can you see them?
No.
There are some photographs of Mr. Steve and also myself, but there are lots of photographs. So I do have Instagram as well. So
Fine. Well, I see this Facebook account. You said I lost the password and then couldn't get back into it because I couldn't anyway. Cut a long story short, I
Yes.
eventually did get back into it. But what annoys me is you get these messages coming up like 1, 2, like in red it says 1, 2, 3 messages on it, but you can never get rid of them.
They are alerts.
The alerts, I don't know how to get rid of them.
Alerts. Well,
I
you
keep
have
pressing on all these messages and the alerts still stay there. It's really annoying.
what you have to do is actually activate the alert, click on the alert, and then all of those things then will disappear magically.
I can't get that to work. It annoys me.
I also use another thing that I tried for a very short time was Periscope, but I don't know if it's just me, but I found Periscope quite sinister. I think Periscope is one of the most sinister things on the internet because there are some very strange things on there. People showing themselves on camera doing some very strange things, let's just say. So I find Periscope a little odd, a little unusual.
Everyone will be going on there now. You said that.
Well, I think people know. I don't think I've just invented Periscope. Periscope has been around for about 4, maybe 5 years. So it's been around for a while. But originally, Periscope was used by people who wanted to report things from certain parts of the world. But now it's become something very different. If you've ever used Periscope, you will know exactly what I mean.
Well, if you haven't, please wait till we've gone before you go and have a look.
Yes.
Don't go now.
Don't go to Periscope yet.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Oh? What?
nothing.
Oh.
I'm just reacting to nothing.
Oh, okay. Nothing new there.
Can I mention the other news item that I found interesting
You
today?
can mention the other news item. Is it cheerful?
Well, I wouldn't say cheerful.
Oh. Because we've had little Chirpy died.
I didn't see that on the main news tonight.
The news didn't report it, but we did have some lovely Twitter responses. Tom Cruise left a lovely message. He said, "Poor Chirpy, he will be greatly missed. He was one of a kind. Also, please go and see my new movie, Mission Impossible."
Well,
Yeah. And also Donald Trump also left a lovely message in tribute.
did he?
Yes, to Chirpy. He said, "Chirpy, there will never be another cricket like him. He was a tremendous cricket. He was tremendous, outstanding and sensational." Yeah, that's what Donald Trump said about Chirpy. Isn't that lovely?
Well, it is fantastic that we've had such great tribulations to We were, but we're joking, but we were actually quite upset.
I'm not joking.
We were quite upset for I was upset all morning.
Look, there's Tom Cruise. There's his message.
Oh,
Says
yeah.
it won't see his kind again. It won't see his like again. Go and see my latest movie, Mission Impossible. Yes, another Mission Impossible film, because we really need another one.
Sweden has been in the news tonight.
Okay, Sweden.
Sweden,
Why?
because somebody has stolen their crown jewels.
Oh, that sounds painful. You don't want to lose your crown jewels.
Their crown jewels. There we go. Which can be used singularly or plurally. And I thought I'd write that down because it can be used in many different ways. So, crown jewels are the jewels, aren't they? And the sceptres.
Yes. Well, they're the jewels owned by the monarchy.
Well, let me finish, Mr. Duncan.
Oh, I see.
What I was about to say.
I
But
thought-
they're the jewels and the best jewels, the most expensive, the crowns, the sceptres, which are like the poles, sort of made of gold. But the sovereign wears,
Okay.
like the king and the queen. And they were being displayed in a museum somewhere, and they've been stolen. Somebody ran off with them in a boat.
They ran with a boat.
Well, they ran off with them. Then they got on a boat. Then they went off on the boat.
I don't know how you run off with a boat. So they had the crown jewels and a boat as well.
They escaped on a boat on a lake.
They made their getaway on a boat.
They made their getaway on a boat.
Have you ever tried to start A boat. It's very hard.
So yes, so there can, but it doesn't have to be. It can also the word crown jewels can relate to not just actual valuable ornaments that a sovereign would wear, but it can also relate to the most attractive or valuable thing in a collection.
Oh, I see.
So it doesn't have to be jewels or expensive things made of gold. So you can say, for example, if a museum has got a display of various objects and they've got something like really expensive or really valuable, or the best thing in there could be Picasso, painting of Picasso.
A Fabergé egg.
A Fabergé egg. You could say that painting of Picasso is the crown jewel in the museum's collection.
Yes.
So it can just refer to the most attractive or the most valuable thing in a collection. So it doesn't have to just relate to actual crowns.
So maybe the most outstanding part of a display.
Yes, that's right. It's the
Or-
crown jewel in the collection of something.
There we go.
So if you've got a collection of things, objects, say you're a collector, say you wanted to collect stamps, but you've got a perfect stamp that was the most perfect stamp, be like a penny black or something. You could say that was the crown jewel of your collections.
Yes.
The
So
best thing, the most attractive, the
the
valuable.
most outstanding part of your collection is the crown jewel. Crown jewel. Of course, crown jewels can be used as slang as well. So the crown
There we
jewels
go.
can also relate to a man's parts.
Yes.
Down there. You know what I mean.
His crown jewels.
This might help you to understand what we mean.
Well, I think it's yes.
The crown jewels
Yes.
are
A man's crown jewels.
So that's a slang term. So you might say, we were playing cricket last week and the ball hit me right in the crown jewels.
Instead of, yeah. They did say that. You're right, Mr. Duncan.
I've just been hit in the crown jewels.
I can do that again. There we go. Oh, I've wanted to do that for years. That'll set Twitter alight. Recover, Mr. Duncan, recover. They did say, I'm going to carry on teaching while Mr. Duncan recovers from being hit in the crown jewels by my knee. They did say another interesting phrase about the crown jewels that were stolen is that they were asking what would the thieves be able to do with them, and they would say they were very limited what they could do with them because they were priceless. And when we say something is priceless, it means that they're so valuable we cannot possibly put a price on it. So those jewels were priceless. And they couldn't sell them anywhere because everyone knows what they are, so they couldn't sell them to anyone because everybody would recognise that they were the Swedish crown jewels. So they think they're going to ask for a ransom. They're going to ask for a ransom. So they're going to, in order for the government to get these jewels back, they're going to say, right, the thieves are going to say, you've got to pay us a certain amount of money. It's like if Mr. Duncan was kidnapped. If somebody came to kidnap you, and they might say, right, if you want Mr. Duncan back, Mr. Steve, you've got to pay us £1,000.
Is that all?
That's all.
That's all I'm worth.
That would be the ransom I would have to pay, the amount of money I would have to pay to get you back.
That's
The ransom.
that's all I'm worth. £1,000.
Well, just that figure came into my head.
Yes, that's what's worrying.
But there we go. So I thought that was interesting. That the Swedish crown jewels were stolen tonight.
Yes.
Sovereign. There's another word. The sovereign. The leader.
Explain.
The person, a sovereign. So the crown jewels are worn by the sovereign.
Yes.
The sovereign is the person with ultimate power.
The head
Lots
of
power.
the head of state.
Yes, they've got the power or authority over something. Of course, kings and queens now, like our queen, she's the sovereign, but she doesn't have any real power. But traditionally, they would have the ultimate power.
I have met some very powerful queens.
I bet you have, Mr. Duncan. But we won't go into that. That's for another evening. And it's coming up. Well, it's gone 11:30 already. And we haven't been to the live chat for a while.
Let's go to the live chat then, shall we? Because Mr. Steve wants to go to the live chat.
I thought I'd teach something, you see, while you were messing about.
I'm sure it will happen one day.
Oh, right. So what have we got? People are laughing at me trying to... Mr. Steve knocked the crown jewels out of Mr. Duncan's pants. I think that's what Jeff is saying.
Okay.
Oh, yes. By name. Queen by name, but not having any power, says Psyche. Yeah, that is correct. You can talk about a sovereign state, can't you, as well? A sovereign state, which is a country that has control over everything. Their borders, the people, all the laws. Somewhere like Wales, for example, in the UK.
Okay.
Wales is like a separate country.
Well,
but it's not a sovereign state.
It's more symbolic.
Yes, it's not a sovereign state. So people talk
Yes.
about Wales as being a country, which it is, but it's not a sovereign state, so it doesn't have complete control over all its laws. It has some control, but because the UK is the sovereign state.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm
going
going to be honest. Palmyra is having the same feeling as me at the moment. Palmyra says, Mr. Steve...
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, what? Let me just get to the end of the sentence. Mr. Steve's speech is like a lullaby. I am struggling to stay wide awake.
Thank you, Palmyra.
Yes, I have the same
Are
problem.
you saying I'm boring?
I have the same problem.
Well, I'm running out of energy now. You know what happens to me, Mr. Duncan? After an hour, I start to run out of energy. So I'm very lively at the beginning, then my energy levels start to drop.
Zedek is going now. Bye, Zedek.
Bye-bye.
See you later. We are back on Sunday, by the way. Don't forget, we are here on Sunday, live from 2 p.m. UK time. For those who are wondering when we are on, here come the times right now.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm coming back because I'm clearly boring people and sending them to sleep.
Well, one person. But yes, I don't know. Well, it is late at night.
That's true. Maybe she was tired anyway.
It's 22 minutes away from midnight here in the UK. It's very late.
A lullaby.
Yes.
A lullaby is a song that is designed to calm you down and send you to sleep. A lullaby.
Soothing music.
Soothing music. Or I guess it doesn't have to have verse. It can just be soothing music.
Like Soft Kitty. Soft Kitty, Warm Kitty.
Yes, a lullaby.
Little ball of fur.
We can't remember the rest of it, can we?
I can't remember the rest from Big Bang Theory. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur, something. Oh, soft kitty, happy kitty, purr, purr, purr. Is that it?
That's very close, I think.
I think so, yes. I'm not going to sing it just in case it gets flagged.
We've got somebody called Grey Eyes.
Just in case it gets flagged for copyright.
Hello, Grey Eyes.
Where?
There, right in the middle.
Grey eyes. Hello, grey eyes. Yes, you do have... Well, you have one grey eye. I'm not sure if it's plural. I can only see one grey eye. You might only have one there. You might be exaggerating the number of eyes that you have.
Inigo Gallo
Inigo, yes, hello.
has actually been very close to the Queen.
Okay.
Well, I've never been anywhere near the Queen.
No,
So you've beat me there, Inigo Gallo.
I've been close to the Queen.
Sergio is going to hit the hay without delay. Ah, does that mean he's going to hit the sack
Yes, if you hit the hay, it means you're going to bed.
or hit the sack?
That's what I'm doing in a minute.
Now that we're sending everybody to bed.
Yes. Well, don't forget that in some countries it's very late. Look, in Turkey, it's now 20 to 2 in the morning on Thursday.
Saika says, yes, your mother sings you a lullaby to make you go to sleep.
That's it. Or you can listen to this.
Hasna Nada says, good night, Mr. Duncan. You didn't congratulate me. What didn't we congratulate you on?
Oh, I think I know what. Wait there. Yes, I think so. Hassanad. Could you please congratulate me because I have succeeded in my examination? You can say Mabruk. It is an Arabic word.
Mabruk.
Mabruk to Hasna. And I think that deserves a round of applause. Yes, there we go. So congratulations, I hope.
Congratulations. That's fantastic. Was it an English exam?
So was it for English?
We want to know whether it was for English, but yes, well done in whatever it was. Well done. Congratulations.
We are going now because it's 20 to midnight and it's very late and I'm getting a bit tired now, to be honest.
I'm running out of energy as well.
Tomek says goodbye, see you on Sunday. Yes, we are back on Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time on Sunday. Don't forget, no live English next Wednesday. We're having a little break because we've been working so hard. So thank you very much for all of your messages tonight. Thank you, Anna, Palmyra, Shabam.
Open-minded has met the Queen as well.
You've met the Queen.
All these people have met the Queen.
That's incredible.
And we haven't met her, and she's our Queen.
Yes. We've never met her.
I've met a Queen, but not the Queen.
Yes, we've met a few queens.
Oh, Shubham Shaher is from India. It's 4:10 a.m.
That's it. That's what I just said. Lots of people are staying up all night to watch this.
Shabam, thank you for staying up and watching us.
Thank you.
And it's wonderful to have you.
All I can say is I hope you don't have work tomorrow.
In Peru, it says Joshua, it's 5:30. 5:40 now.
In the evening?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's lovely to have all these people on from all over the world in different times.
It's great. It's like world peace could begin right here on my live stream.
It could do.
Wouldn't that be amazing if because of my live stream we actually ended up with world peace? Everyone...
Oh, your ego, Mr. Duncan.
Well, I'm not on about my ego.
Yes, you are. You're saying that because of your live streams, I've created world peace.
I said our live stream.
Well, yeah, but you mean you.
No, I mean you as well.
We can't create world peace. Well, we might be able to. I don't know.
Mr. Duncan, Mr. Steve, I appreciate your spontaneous live stream. Thank you, Ali Amor, Inigo, and also Saika. Thank you very much. We are going now. Good
night.
Bye,
Rosa. Bye, Jeff. Bye, Ali. Bye, Mika.
Mika, good night.
Mika.
I tell you who I haven't seen tonight, who I haven't seen. I haven't seen Belarusia.
Yes. Or I'll tell you who else I haven't seen as well.
Tias.
Haven't seen Tias tonight.
I haven't seen Tias from Indonesia.
They're skiving.
Yes.
They're skiving off our English classes.
Maybe they have something better to do.
I can't remember.
Oh.
Petrolicious.
Sukat.
Skiving off. Right, you're going to get wrapped over the knuckles. We're going to cane you when we see you.
What?
Belarusia, Sukat, and who else?
I didn't say that.
Mika. You're going to be punished if you're there on Sunday.
Just for the record, it's Steve threatening violence there, not me, okay?
I'm going to take a register from now on.
We're going to have a sort of Guardians of the Galaxy thing going on here, if we're not careful.
Right, so on Sunday, I'm going to do a register. And when I call out your name, you've got to put your hand up and I'm going to tick the box. And if you're not there, I'm going to tell your parents. A register on Sunday. I'm introducing that, Mr. Duncan. Just like being a class. This is a class. You need to be here. You need to register. It needs to be recorded. That's it. I'm doing it.
I'm still a little concerned. I'm still a little concerned as to why Steve is so excited.
I'm going to make a note.
Oh, wait there. Because, of course, on Friday you finish work. Steve has a long holiday. coming up, don't you? So you're off. I'm going to have a little bit of time as well.
Sunday. You are. You're having some time off as well. I'm just making a note. So who wasn't here, did we say? Sukat wasn't here.
Sukat was absent.
Absent. Why? We'll ask her on Sunday. Mika, you said wasn't there.
I don't think embarrassing people in front of the entire world.
Who else wasn't there, Mr. Duncan?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Belarusia. She's partying again because she's probably got a hangover from that birthday party.
Look, if we don't go, I'm going to leave you here and you've got to close this yourself.
So when they come on, we have got to ask them why. And then everyone that we know, I'm putting their names down and we're going to tick them off on Sunday.
It's certainly ticking me off.
I'm joking. Well, am I joking, though?
I'm not sure
Am I?
that's the problem. I don't know if you're joking or not.
Sergio says it's a brilliant idea. There we go. You're there, Sergio. Or you've made the effort, so why haven't the others?
Yes.
It's unacceptable.
Mr. Vodka is also missing.
Right, Mr. Vodka.
We must one day find out what Mr. Vodka's name is. 'Cause
We keep asking him to tell us, and he won't tell
It
us.
seems very rude of Steve.
Can you recommend me a book to read in English, which you are both reading at the moment?
Over to you, Steve. Oh, well done. I am reading the biography of someone called Larry Sanders, a famous chat show host. So this book is very good. It's all about his time in TV and also his time working as a chat show host alongside his friend Artie and also Hank. Hey now.
Has he written a biography?
This is it. This is the biography.
That's
So,
the CD set.
It's the what, sorry?
That's not a book. That's a set of CDs.
Again, what is it?
A set of a set. If Jeff is still up, a set. Look,
No.
15 DVD
That's
set.
it. DVD.
A collection.
DVDs, not
did I say?
Not CDs.
DVDs. A
It's
set.
just yes.
A
there we go.
collection of.
That's all right.
Jeff is still there.
My goodness, I'm going to get sweet revenge on Sunday. I hope you realise that.
Belarusia. Oh, look at that. She's here.
There is no way. There is no way that Steve is going to
Oh.
keep this sort of energy up until Sunday.
Belarusia, I was going to give you a ticking off on Sunday for not being here.
It's not going to happen.
Have you heard? I'm keeping a register from now on, and you weren't here. So, but you are here. You're late. We're just going, but you've been to the doctor, so we'll excuse that. Have you got a note though from your parents? If you've been to the doctor, Belarusia, I need to see a doctor's note. That's the only way I will accept it. But I hope you're feeling better. I'm better. She says she's better. Well, and she's had a cold as well. So we're very pleased that you're better. But in future, if you're not going to be here on time, I need to know because I'm keeping a register in future.
You're very bossy.
Well, you know, that's going to be my role from now on. I'm going to be the register keeper.
Belarusia is here. I hope your appointment with the doctor went okay because I believe that Belarusia was feeling a little under the weather.
She's better.
Good.
From the anemia, she's getting better. And she's had a cold and she's getting better as well.
Good. That's brilliant.
I bet you caught the cold after your birthday celebrations. Too much alcohol and it lowered your immune system and you caught a cold. I'm just guessing, but I think that's the reason. I'm going to need a sedative tonight so that I'm going to be able to sleep.
Yes, I might actually be using this on you later.
Imen is asking, what am I writing? This is a register. I'm keeping a register from now on.
Register. So that's a record of names and attendance.
When you go to a class when you were younger, the teacher would call out your name to make sure you were there and you weren't skiving off school. And tonight we had people who are normally here who aren't. So I'm going to ask them on Sunday. Belarusia's got away with it because she's coming late. But Sukat wasn't here, Mika wasn't here, and nor was Mr. Vodka. So they're going to have to answer for themselves on Sunday.
Whoa. Mika was here.
Oh, you said Mika wasn't here. Sorry, Mika was here.
I didn't say Mika.
Who did you say then?
I said Sukat
Yes.
and also Mr. Vodka,
Vodka.
whose name apparently is Lena.
Lena.
Lena. I think that's a girl's name, isn't it? So
I'll
there.
go with that.
Anyway, can we go, please?
Okay.
I need to go. I need to sleep.
I'm joking.
My
really.
poor brain is starting to shrivel and shrink in my skull.
Belarusia, you're going to have to watch this after it's recorded live. It's been very interesting tonight. I think you'll find it very interesting. Imen, did you write my name? I'm going to write everybody's names down from now on.
Can you tell us what was the interesting part?
It was all interesting, Mr. Duncan. All of it.
Maybe I didn't notice it because I'm in it. You see, it's very hard when you're in it.
Oh, Jamila missed.
When you are in the live stream, sometimes you miss things.
Jamila didn't have an internet connection on Sunday, so she's missed it. But you can watch it again.
Yes, you keep mentioning the live chat, but it hasn't been on the screen for ages. Okay,
Yes, English, you're here. We know.
Steve, can we go now?
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
I've got work tomorrow. You're keeping me up.
No, you're keeping me up. It's the opposite way round.
Tomek says, aren't you tired? Go to bed.
I am very tired. Nikolai says, can you write down my name into the list? Because I will come on Sunday. Okay,
Amen.
Nikolai.
Amen. This is my second attendance. Well done. Well done. Gold star for you.
Don't forget Nikolai.
Oh, I'm going to have to write these down afterwards.
Well, there's no way you're going to remember this.
I know. I'm going to study the live chat.
Ah, very clever.
Between now and Sunday. And I'm going to put everyone's names down on a register.
Very clever.
And then we're going to see who attends.
Open-minded.
I'm going to be awarding stars.
Yeah, I just need
for
to
attendance.
I just need to do one more thing. If you can just stop gabbling for just one moment. Just one moment. Open-minded is asking, what is on your T-shirt? Okay, then. So there you go. On the T-shirt, it is actually two things. A cartoon character called Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse and his little friend, Penfold. This is actually a famous cartoon show made here in the UK, and it's called Danger Mouse. So there you go, and that's the reason why you can see the Union flag behind, because it's made in this country. It's a bit like James Bond. So imagine James Bond, but instead of Daniel Craig, you've got a big one-eyed mouse.
Well, if you're into cartoons, there's the answer.
Yes.
Look, Inigo says, and I've used this expression, which word or expression do you use when you don't go to the school without a reason? Skiving.
Yes.
Skiving.
That's it.
You're skiving off.
The other one, of course, is playing truant.
Playing truant.
Which I have a feeling that's the one actually thereafter. So if you play truant, it means you stay away from school, but you have no good reason to stay away.
Yes.
You just don't want to go to school. Sometimes I would play truant from school, honestly. And now and again, I got caught doing it, normally by my parents. So sometimes I did, yes. No, it isn't Mickey Mouse. It's not Mickey Mouse. It's definitely not.
Sergio, who as we know, is I think he works as with telescopes, doesn't he? He's an astronomer. That's the word I'm looking for.
He works
I'm
with.
sure Sergio has told us before, and he said Mars.
He's a telescoper.
Maximum approach with Earth. So it's the closest to Earth it's been in a long time. Don't forget to watch it with your telescope. No, we won't. We saw that on the news the other night. They were talking about the blood moon, which we didn't see because it was cloudy. And you said it's not going to be back in that way again for about another 200 years. So we've missed the blood moon because it was cloudy, but we can at least have a chance to see Mars. And I'd forgotten that Sergio was an astronomer.
Yes, a telescoper.
Telescope.
The telescope user. He's a user of telescope.
Sorry.
Astronomer.
Wait, are we going?
Yes. But okay. If you go first, then I can wrap this up very quickly. I can do this very quickly once you've gone.
Playing hooky, yes, that's another use of the word.
If you play hooky, it means you play truant. You stay away from school, but you should be at school. Ooh. Can you just go off now and let us sleep? Yes, I want to. It's his fault. He won't let me go.
I'm going. I'm
Okay.
going. See you all on Sunday.
Mr. Steve is going now.
Don't forget, there's going to be a register on Sunday. So I'm going to be ticking you off my list. If you're not there, woe betide you. Woe betide you.
We're going to see what it looks like when Steve leaves.
Are we?
We've never done this before. So there, we can see the wide view now. So we're going to see what happens when Steve goes. So, okay, thank you, Steve.
Goodbye and see you all on Sunday.
See you
So
on
I'm
Sunday.
just going to walk off now, am I?
Yes, please.
Okay then. Right, I shall.
Please go. Oh, bliss, peace and quiet. Oh, that's so nice. I will see you on Sunday. I hope you've had a good show. I hope you've enjoyed this. For nearly 2 hours we've been here. I can't believe it, to be honest. I will see you on Sunday at 2 p.m. UK time. This is Mr. Duncan in England saying thanks a lot for watching us. One last look at the live chat before we go. Bye to Rosa. Bye to Inglis. Bye to Shubham. Bye to Eglutev. I think that's the name. 2 p.m. UK time. 2 p.m. UK time. Recently I have seen the bloody moon. Not the bloody moon. It's the blood moon. Bye, Mr. Steve. Thank you. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Sergio. Thank you, Saika. Thank you very much for watching tonight. And I am now definitely going because it is coming up to midnight. Tomorrow is nearly here. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English saying thank you very much for watching. I will see you on Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time. And of course, until the next time we meet, right here on YouTube. You know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Ta-ta for now.